used to measure my growth by how fast I was moving. If I was busy, building, launching something new, I felt purposeful. But when God led me into a quieter season, a slower season, a still season, I panicked just a little bit. Am I missing it? Am I falling behind? Did I lose momentum or mess something up? But over time, I've learned that there's a difference between being delayed and being developed. You're not behind, you're becoming. God's timing is not a delay. It's an investment. We live in a world of instant uploads and instant answers, but God does deep work in slow seasons. Think of Moses, Joseph, David, Esther. Even Jesus had 30 years of hiddenness before 3 years of ministry. So why do we panic when it's quiet? Maybe because we forget that silence isn't absence, and slow doesn't mean stuck. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. Let's try to look at it from a higher perspective. Refinement might look like God showing you what's been driving you, or reordering your identity so it's not built on performance, or cutting back the noise so you can hear Him clearly, realigning your why before He sends you into what's next. It doesn't feel exciting. It usually feels like loss or obscurity. But what if that's exactly where God does His most transformative work? Refinement isn't rejection. It's God loving you enough to protect your future. Hear me out. I've had seasons where I was everywhere, filming, building, managing, hustling, and then I hit a wall. Not because I failed, but because God was calling me into stillness. He was stripping away the pressure to be productive all the time. He was inviting me just to be with Him, to be a mom, a listener, a disciple, a woman learning to be led, a daughter. And in that stillness, I found more clarity than I ever did in the grind. He reminded me, I'm not in a rush. Why are you? So let me tell you what has helped me. A few things to remember in the waiting. One, waiting isn't wasted. There are lessons in the delay that can't be learned in any other way. Two, God is more concerned with who you're becoming than what you're producing. You're His child first, always, a son, a daughter. Three, rest is not weakness. Sometimes rest is your most strategic move. And here's one more thing to ponder on. What if you're right on time? What if this slow season isn't a setback, but it's a setup for something bigger than you ever imagined? What if you're not behind? You're just being refined so you can hold what God's about to place in your hands and has already put in your heart. You can't fast track fruit. You can't microwave maturity, but you can trust God's timeline. So, what lies have you believed about falling behind? Where is God inviting you to slow down, trust deeper, or rest more intentionally? What fruit might be growing that you just can't see yet?